r/rules horror. Posted by u/dicker_mix. Templar Anomaly Research and Repossession, Broken Arrow Canyon. Hello. You are currently in our biohazardous containment and research area, which houses freak mutations and hazardous life forms, like this one. This anomaly or freak mutation is the Cerebramubi vermis, a variant of the Anaerobius vermicularis species, aka the human pinworm, with two exceptions. 1. They are considerably larger than their normal counterparts, and 2. They can control your mind. Allow us to explain. The worms were found in province in China after unexplained disappearances in the area were traced to a small community that had created a cult dedicated to the worm god, and claims the worm god will rule all. They were uncooperative and hostile, and ultimately needed to be terminated. Autopsies afterwards found out that the worms use the brain to reproduce and, unlike most parasites, can live outside out of a host and infected the entire autopsy staff. They are 3 inches long by 1 inch wide, are orange in color, and are surprisingly durable, able to withstand small arms fire, but are annihilated by assault rifle rounds and fire. These guidelines might help you avoid assimilation. 1. Grow your hair long, or wear a helmet. The worms will literally burrow into your head, and it's gonna hurt. 2. All guards should be physically fit in the event of escape. 3. Any person found within the chamber without authorization will be treated as infected and terminated on site. 4. Since their lifespan is 3 weeks outside of a host, a regular supply of human brains is to be provided for consumption and reproduction purposes. Don't ask how we got that many human brains, it's a long-ass story. 5. Signs of infection include paranoia, orange irises, headache, insanity, aggression, and either suicide or the subject will assume direct control, and make the subject worship the worm god. If spotted early, they can be surgically removed since the tendrils, yes, tendrils, haven't fully attached yet. 6. Do not respond to the voices in your head. It's the worms talking and you're infected. 7. All guard personnel must be rotated every month, and each person rotating out must be inspected for infection. 8. For the love of all things holy, do not enter the fucking chamber unless wearing a hazmat suit. That's all for today. The reason for this level of security is that a subject infected a guard who later infected half the site. The main command center received a distress call from the site, and 10 squads were sent to the area. They found the infected staff were sacrificing the non-infected staff to the worm god. The response squad did battle with the Rouge security forces and in the end, the infected were eliminated and half of the subjects were liquidated. Welcome to Cribble Rock Run, or officially, Warped Zone 404. This looks like a normal community on the surface, but in actuality is one of the most dangerous areas under our control. You are part of TACSEC, Tactical Security, which is a special forces group specifically assigned to this community. Your job is to prevent any unauthorized personnel, except for pizza delivery staff, more later, from entering the area. We first discovered this location when a test subject escaped and went into the zone and disappeared. We sent in a retrieval squad in, which also disappeared. Next, we sent in 2 APCs and one disappeared and the other returned with the crew muttering the trees are alive, over and over again. Rules for continuation of breathing. 1. Your set includes a full tactical suit, a flamethrower, a AR-15 Glock 12, NVGs, 5 flash grenades, and 4 incendiary grenades. If even one of these items are missing, avoid the area at all costs. You somehow manage to make someone pissed, and they'll be coming. 2. When entering the interior, never go more than 5 feet away from the vehicle. 1. It gives you some place to run if something goes wrong, and 2. It'll make your body, if there is one, easier to find. 3. There is actually a pizza restaurant that delivers here, but the pizza isn't the normal kind. It has stuff like wood chippings, flowers, and the like. The delivery staff regularly enter the zone, and you are to provide security for as long as possible and cover them if and when something goes wrong. 4. We've identified a species of wolf in the community that has completely black fur and red eyes. They are passive, but fiercely territorial. Never approach an adult specimen. Zeta 4 went in for a closer look, and was devoured. While the adults are territorial, the pups are curious and can be tamed. 5. All attempts at aerial investigation have been met with a swarm of blackbirds called grackles knocking down the walls. The reason for this is unknown. 6. If you encounter a downed tree, have 2 people on guard with flamethrowers lit and 2 people approaching it. There is a 50-50 chance that it's an actual dead tree or a trap. If it's the latter, set it ablaze. 7. If one of the residents attacks you, throw a flash grenade, which will stun them long enough to either let you escape or deal enough damage to make him, her, it, retreat. 8. There is a lake in the middle of the community but we don't know what's in it, and judging by the torsos of security personnel, we don't want to know. 9. If one of the trees grabs you, make every effort to escape. Shoot at the branches, hack them off, or just accept your fate. Last but definitely not least, protect the delivery staff. Your job is the safety of the public, which means your life is second to the public, and you need to sacrifice it if necessary. The following was recorded and retrieved by Rescue Team Tau 12. Member 1, wow, dieser Ortist Scheissage worden, wow, this place went to shit. Member 2, Zweiens 1 Mitglieder und 51 Touristen, es wird uns schwer fallen, diesen zu vertusken. 22 members and 51 tourists dead, we're gonna have a hard time covering up this one. Member 1, ja, aber genau das passiert, wenn Panik angessen Menschen Verstand außer Kraft setzt, yeah, but this is what happens when panic overrides common sense. Member 3, halt die Klappe, wir haben einen Job zu erledigen. Shut it you two, we have a job to do. Member 1, hey, was ist das? Hey, what's that? Sounds of footsteps. Member 2, sieht aus wie ein Trainingshandbuch. Looks like a training manual. Member 1, oder was davon übrig ist, or what's left of it. Welcome to Texas, home of cowboys, steak, and die-hard Republicans. Today's entry focuses on the Broken Arrow Canyon, where in the 1690s Spain, being the gold dust snorting, civilization destroying nation that they were, tried to kick the natives out over gold and were successful only after the natives literally cursed this place to hell and back, literally. In the year 1845, the US was manifesting their destiny on Spain when a reconnaissance team scouting out the area disappeared, and the only things found was dead horses and muskets that had been fired. The most recent, and the most concerning, case was during the height of the Cold War. An entire squadron of B-52 Stratofortress bombers collided in midair and dropped their thermonuclear bombs in the canyon. Thankfully, they didn't go off because the world hasn't been destroyed by mutually assured destruction. Today, the park is a tourist attraction and you need to protect them. 1. Inspect each visitor before they enter. If they have pale skin, bloodshot eyes, or do not respond to stimuli, throw them off the side. Trust us, the alternative is undesirable. 2. During the visiting hours, a hairmaquail may visit. As soon as he nears the rail, throw him off. Don't worry, the visitors won't notice. 3. You may see some shadowy figures off in the distance that move just as you turn your head to look at them. They won't be a problem until the night because their day vision is about as good as Cyberpunk's graphics. Well, not that bad. 4. A little girl may come up to you, asking for her mom. Ignore her at all cost. Her mom will be talked about later. 5. If a pale figure follows you around, act normal and tell Sight Command. The figure is the girl's mom from number 4. She won't hurt you so long as you do not talk to the girl. 6. The visitor's center is the main base of operations, and your safe place. The things here can't open doors for some reason. 7. If a tourist reports vertigo after arriving, escort them off the premises immediately. They have been marked, and them getting murdered in their own home is much better than at the park. 8. The park's closing time is 2000 hours sharp. 9. The creatures hate religious objects and the type of religion doesn't matter. 10. The beasts can mimic voices and are very good at it. As such, ignore all voices outside your headset. 11. The stillness and quietness will unnerve many, terrify some, and make anyone bored. Do not let your guard down, or we'll find what's left of you on the canyon floor. 12. If you find a bovine skull on your bunk, run and tell administration immediately. You have been marked and will die soon. To all WHO finds this, run. We're screwed and beyond saving, just go get OU. Member 1, was habe ich gerade gelesen? What did I just read? Member 2, unsere Stellenbeschreibung. Our job description. Member 1 and 2 laughs. Member 3 screams, shots being fired, and running. Member 3, lauf. Verdammter Lauf. Run. Fucking run. Member 1, was ist passiert? What would happen? Member 3, verdammt noch mal raus, just get the fuck out. Screams and a crunch. Member 2, mein Gott. My God. Member 1, Befehl, wir brauchen sofortige Evakuierung. Command, we need immediate evac. Total casualties. 22 security members. 51 tourists. 1 rescue squad member.